Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So a friend actually made me realize that it is important for me to make a video explaining the process, that it takes to relocate from one state to the other. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my experience with you, more like the step-by-step process of relocating from one state to the other. Okay, so I have been filming and I think I've already uploaded that video. If it's not up, I think definitely it will be up before this video goes up. So in those videos I was just filming how my packing process and everything, while prepping for my relocation. But this one is just dedicated to my relocation process. So if you're an international student or even an American or anybody in the United States of America, this video will definitely be helpful to you, because I realized that most people do not even know how this is done. And most of the people that I reached out to were like, I haven't done this before. What am I supposed to do? In fact, we were we were confused. We didn't know what to do, especially me. And so I was reaching out to people, what do I do? And I started asking questions, and people started helping me out. So basically, the first thing that you need to do if you're relocating from one state to the other, you need to figure out what means do you want to use. Do you want to transport your luggage via an aircraft, or do you want to use a shipping service, for instance USPS, FedEx, or even UPS? Which of these services would you want to use? Your decision should be based on the cost, and it should also be based on flexibility in terms of how comfortable would you feel, or how comfortable is it going to be. For me, I decided to use a U-Pack. I don't know what to call it, like a container shipping service. And so for me, I thought of it, I'm alone. So traveling from Birmingham to a different state, and I'm alone and I'm having all of these luggages would just be too much for me. So I just said to myself, Valeen, you can't do this. And I've been packing for days. It just wasn't going to be the best option for me. Yes, my choice was a little bit expensive, because I ended up spending $1,050 for the relocation process, to get a relocation cube, and I'm going to insert the clips here, so don't worry. I'm going to insert the clips and everything so you get to understand what I'm talking about. But I feel like it is more preferable, given my circumstances. I am alone, I'm not going with anyone, and also I couldn't drive. So you can also use a U-Haul service. That way you just pay for the U-Haul, and then load your stuff into the U-Haul and drive to your location. That I think would be the cheapest option. But if you don't know how to drive like me, or you haven't driven from one state to the other, then it becomes a problem. So those are the 5 options right now: USPS, UPS, FedEx, U-Pack, or a container shipping service, and even U-Haul, so you can move your things from one place to the other. So that's what I did. And how do you reach out to these people? You just log on to their website, or you go to their, where they are located, and you just figure out how much. Ask them how much, they charge per, kg or whatever weighing pattern that they are using. If you're Nigerian, we're used to kilos, but here I think they're used to pounds or something. If you know what they're used to, please let me know in the comments below. So figure out, what options they have and how much they are charging, and then compare all the costs. And when you're done doing that, the one that should most suit your journey. All right. So the next thing that you have to figure out as well is, do you want a door-to-door delivery, or you want if you're looking for a door-to-door delivery, that would be very expensive, which is what I went for, because like I said, I'm alone and I don't have anybody doing all of these things with me. So if you don't want a door-to-door delivery, then it's also going to be less expensive. So you have to figure all of these things together. And if you think you can also, maneuver the whole thing, the whole process, by going to a flight, booking a flight and then having all of these things checked in, also go for that option. But at the end of the day, just do what you feel is best for you. In my scenario, I reached out to these people. My friend actually came here, so she helped me, when she went to the website, and then she got a contact and she called. And when we had that conversation, it was a pretty long conversation, because we're asking all the questions necessary. We needed to know how long it was going to take for them to, transport the items from my Birmingham to the state that I am going to. And also, we also tried to find out if they had insurance. They had insurance. And we also figured out how they were going to deliver the items. Were they going to deliver the items to my apartment at the new state, or I needed to go there to take it? So they had all options, but for me to go to the terminal, it was going to be less expensive, but for them to bring it down, it was going to be more expensive, which is understandable. So you need to ask them all those questions. All you have to do, go to uhaul.com or USPS.com or UPS.com or FedEx.com, and then you find a contact there. Call them. The customer service will definitely respond to you. Once you've made that call, you now have an idea. You can call all these services, all these platforms, and have an idea about the pricing and everything, and even the airline you're using. Call them, know how much they are going to charge you, and once you figure that out as well, then you can take a decision as to what you want in terms of price and in terms of comfortability and flexibility as well. So that's the most important thing that I think everybody needs to know, because it was really hard for me to figure that out. And so for me, I actually booked a U-Haul and I booked a U-Pack service. So the U-Pack is going to take my items from Birmingham to the other state. I don't know why I don't feel like saying the state that I'm going to, but by now I think everybody should already know who I'm going to. Or I think the reason why I haven't said it is because I need to make another video before I reveal that. So either way, this video is going to come out before that one, so I don't want to reveal where I'm going to right now. So just, that's why you have to subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications bell on so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload my content, and give this video a huge thumbs up if you found it very helpful. Okay, so what was I saying? Now I can't remember what I was saying, but for me, I used the U-Pack was going to take my items from Birmingham to the other state, and then the U-Haul service was for me to get a storage unit. So now if you're also looking for how to get a storage unit, this video will also help you, because basically you just type uhaul.com or search on Google for any storage unit that is closest to you, because it doesn't make any sense that you're going to be choosing a storage unit that is very far away from you, because at the end of the day you are going to be charged based on the distance, the number of miles that the U-Haul is going to cover. All right, so you need to check for, go to Google and type uhaul.com or U-Haul storage unit close to me or storage unit near me, and when you find anyone, then go to their website and call them, and then they'll tell you what next to be done. So for me, I made that call, and then we did all the mathematics, and the maths there is that you need to figure out, are you moving out from a 1-bedroom, a studio apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, a 3-bedroom apartment, whatever apartment you're moving out from, you have to decide which one you're going for. So you need to decide, you need to let them know, because that would also help them advise you on the size of the van that you should reserve. So that for me, I'm moving out from a studio apartment, and most times they combine studio and 1-bedroom apartment together. So for me, I chose the studio and 1-bedroom apartment, a van that can accommodate something for a studio and 1-bedroom apartment. So that's what I did. So guys, I need to chip this in. So what happened was, after I had made the call and they had, suggested a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment, it turns out that 1-bedroom apartment that I had chosen for my items was so small. It was so small that it couldn't even accommodate anything. So it means that you might end up taking a larger storage unit. I remember that when I walked into the office, the guy that was there was asking me that I should, verify the size of the storage unit I was going for. I was like, oh, that is fine. It's nothing. It's not a problem. But it didn't happen that way. He was just smiling. And I wish that I knew why he was smiling at the time. I only realized after I had gone in with my items and discovered that it was so small. So please verify, and just know that you might, budget something more, because it might turn out that what you had, already, paid for might not even be enough to accommodate your items. So I just felt that it is important that I let you know before you get into this. All right, let's dive right into the video. Okay. After that, I also made a reservation for a dolly. You might not necessarily get a dolly, but a dolly would help you if you're moving boxes. They have dollies for boxes, they have dollies for appliances, they have dollies for utilities, and they have dollies for furniture. So you choose the dolly that you want to aid your packing process. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that you need movers. You need movers, and you can even get packers. You can't do all of these things yourself. It was really hard for me to get all of these things done. It was was hard. I had to reach out to people to help me. That's why I need to say thank you to Victor for assisting me, and even, you know, helping me get the people that will help me move my items, and also helping me to get my, like, the U-Haul, drive it down there, you know, because I cannot drive. So you also need to understand that if you're getting a U-Haul, you must be able to drive. And if you cannot drive, you need to have a friend that is able to drive, because you need to go pick up the U-Haul yourself. You need to pick up that van yourself. So if you cannot drive, how then can you go pick it up? And how then can you drive the items to the storage unit? So it is very important that you know how to drive. If you don't know how to drive, get somebody that knows how to drive. So basically that's all. I hope this video was very helpful. I talked about, you know, the various options that you can, you know, choose from. I talked about how you can contact them by going to their website or Googling. And I also talked about, you know, what the factors to consider when you are, you know, making that decision. And I also talked about a storage unit, getting a storage unit. Like if you're looking for somewhere to just put your things, you graduated or you're moving, you're not sure what your plan, you know, is going to be going forward, but you just know you have to move because you don't want to pay bills. You know, getting a storage unit is an option. It's expensive, but you know, it is an option as well. So if you also, you know, are looking into that option, this video definitely helps you. And I think this video has, you know, somehow explained everything that needs to be said. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. I'll try to insert clips if I can, but if I cannot, you know, I'll also let it be. But I know definitely I'm going to insert clips. But if I don't, please don't come for me in the comment section. And you know, let me know what your experience has been so far. For me, it was crazy. It was really, yeah, I think I should at this point talk about my experience. It was really hard for me because I didn't know anything. I didn't know Jack. I've moved before, but people helped me. But this is like the first time I'm moving out of state. You understand what I'm saying? Moving within, you know, the state is different, you know, when compared to moving out of state. I'm moving all of the items out of state. So it was really like, you know, since Monday I started packing. You know, it took me the whole week to get all of these things together. And I'm not showing you anything because I feel like, you know, I've already shown all of that in my previous videos. So if you haven't watched my packing video, please do well to watch the video. I'll link it somewhere here so you can watch the video. So that'll be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And shout out to Jess and Kim for helping me out when I almost lost it, and also for suggesting that I make this video so that people can actually know what it's like to you know, relocate from one state to the other. I hope this video helps anyone out there. So bye guys.